A personal name. A full name refers to the set of names by which an individual is known and that can be recited as a word group, with the understanding that, taken together, they all relate to that one individual. In many cultures, the term is synonymous with the birth and legal names of the individual, seen below. In many cultures, individuals possess a variety of names. In others, they are known by a single name, when a plurality of names occur. Some are specific to the individual, distinguishing them from related individuals, while other names indicate the person's relationship to a membership in a family, clan, or other social structure, or even to unrelated others. In Western culture, nearly all individuals possess at least one given name, together with a surname, respectively. The Thomas and Jefferson in Thomas Jefferson, the latter to indicate that the individual belongs to a family, a tribe, or a clan. Inserted between these are one or more middle names, further establishing such family and broader relationships. Some cultures, including Western, also add patronymics or matronymics. For instance, via a middle name as with Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, or via a last name as with Björk Gudmunds Tatira Hyder Helgason. Similar concepts are present in Eastern cultures. However, in less urbanized areas of the world, many people are known by a single name, and so are said to be mononymous. Still other cultures lack the concept of specific, fixed names designating people either individually or collectively. Certain isolated tribes, such as the Makiganga of the Amazon, do not use personal names. A person's full name usually identifies that person for legal and administrative purposes. Although it may not be the name by which the person is commonly known, some people use only a portion of the full name, or are known by titles, nicknames, pseudonyms, or other formal or informal designations. The academic study of names is called anthroponymy. It is nearly universal for people to have names. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child declares that a child has the right to a name from birth. Structure. Common components of names given at birth include personal name. The given name can precede a family name, or it can come after the family name, or be used without a family name. Patronymic, a surname based on the given name of the father. Matronymic, a surname based on the given name of the mother. Family name, a name used by all members of a family. In Europe, after the loss of the Roman system, the common use of family names started quite early in some areas, but it often did not happen until much later in areas that used a patronymic naming custom, such as the Scandinavian countries, Wales, and some areas of Germany as well as Russia and Ukraine. The compulsory use of surnames varied greatly. France required a priest to write surnames in baptismal records in 1539. On the other hand, surnames were not compulsory in the Scandinavian countries until the 19th or 20th century in Norway, and Iceland still does not use surnames for its native inhabitants. In Spain, Portugal and most Latin American countries, two surnames are used, one being the father's and the other the mother's family name, whereas Spain uses to put the father's family name in the first place. Portugal and Brazil keep the inverse order, but use also the father's family name as the principal one. So, Antonio de Oliveira Gutierrez would be known commonly as Antonio Gutierrez. On the other hand, in Spain the second surname is frequently used, if the first one is deemed too common to allow an easy identification. So Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero is often called Zapatero. In many families, single or multiple middle names are simply alternative names, names honoring an ancestor ancestor, a relative, or, for married women, sometimes the maiden names. In some traditions, however, the roles of the first and middle given names are reversed, with the first given name being used to honor a family member and the middle name being used as the usual method to address someone informally. Many Catholic families choose a saint's name as the child's middle name, and this can be left until the child's confirmation when they choose a saint's name for themselves. Cultures that use patronymics or matronymics will often give middle names to distinguish between two similarly named people, e.g., Einar Karl Stephenson and Einar Gudmunda Stephenson. This is especially done in Iceland, where people are known and referred to almost exclusively by the given name per second. Some people choose to be anonymous, that is, to hide their true names, for fear of governmental prosecution or social ridicule of their works or actions. Another method to disguise one's identity is to employ a pseudonym. For some people, the name is a single word, known as a mononym. This can be true from birth, or occur later in life. For example, Teller of the magician duo Penn and Teller was named Raymond Joseph Teller at birth, but changed his name both legally and socially to be simply Teller. In some official government documents, such as his driver's license, his given name is listed as NFN, an acronym for no first name. The Inuit believe that the souls of the namesakes the one, so they traditionally refer to the junior namesakes, not just by the names, but also by kinship title, which applies across gender and generation without implications of disrespect to seniority. In Judaism, someone's name is considered intimately connected with his fate, and adding a name may avert a particular danger. Among Ashkenazi Jews, it is also considered bad luck to take the name of a living ancestor, as the angel of death may mistake the younger person for his namesake. Jews may also have a Jewish name for intra-community use and use a different name when engaging with the Gentile world. Chinese children are called diminutive or pejorative names to make them appear worthless to evil spirits. They receive a definitive name as they grow up. Chinese and Japanese emperors receive posthumous names. In some Polynesian cultures, the name of a deceased chief becomes taboo. If he is named after a common object or concept, a different word has to be used for it. Depending on national convention, additional given names are considered part of the name. Feudal names. The royalty, nobility, and gentry of Europe traditionally have many names, including phrases for the lands that they own. The French developed the method of putting the term by which the person is referred in small capital letters. It is this habit which transferred to names of the Far East, as seen below. An example is that of Marie-Joseph Paul-Yves Roch Gilbert du Motier, who is known as the Marquis de Lafayette. Notice that he possessed the lands both of Motier and Lafayette. The Bear Place name was used formally to refer to the person who owned it, rather than the land itself. As a development, the Bear name of a ship in the Royal Navy meant its captain, while the name with an article referred to the ship. Naming conventions. In contemporary Western societies, the most common naming convention is that a person must have a given name, which is usually gender-specific, followed by the parent's family name. In earlier times, Scandinavian countries followed patronymic naming, with people effectively called ex's son, daughter. This is now the case only in Iceland and was recently reintroduced as an option in the Faroe Islands. It is legally possible in Finland, as people of Icelandic ethnic naming are specifically named in the name law. When people of this name convert to standards of other cultures, the phrase is often condensed into one word, creating last names like Jacobson. Different cultures have different conventions for personal names. This is a list of articles about particular cultures' naming conventions. Name order. Western name order. The order given name, family name is commonly known as the Western order and is usually used in most European countries and in countries that have cultures predominantly influenced by Western Europe. Within alphabetic lists and catalogues, however, the family name is generally proponed, with the given names following, separated with a comma, representing the lexical name order. This convention is followed by most Western libraries, as well as on many administrative forms. Eastern name order. The order family name, given name is commonly known as the Eastern order that is primarily used in East Asia, as well as in southern and northeastern parts of India, but also in Hungary. It is common in popular use also in Austria and Bavaria, but also in France, Belgium, Greece and Italy, possibly because of the influence of the bureaucratic use of putting the family name before the given name. When East Asian names are transliterated into the Latin alphabet, some people prefer to convert them to the Western order, while others leave them in the Eastern order but write the family name in capital letters. To avoid confusion, some always write a family name in capital letters, especially when writing for an international audience. This habit is commonly used in the international language Esperanto. In Hungarian, for example, Japanese or Chinese names are most frequently used in the Western order, however, they sometimes remain in the same order as those of Hungarians. Chinese people, except for those traveling or living outside of China, rarely reverse the names to the Western naming order. Western publications usually preserve the Chinese naming order, with the family name first followed by the given name. In regard to Japanese names, most foreign publications reverse the names of modern individuals, and most Japanese reverse their own names when creating materials for foreign consumption. In popular journalism publications, Western order is used for Japanese names. Japanese names of contemporary individuals and Hungarian names are usually switched when individuals who have such names are mentioned in media in Western countries. For example, Koizumi Junichiro is known as Junichiro Koizumi in English, and Puskas Ferenc is known as Ferenc Puskas. The Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, and Japanese names of historical figures are usually left in East Asian order. For instance, Mao Zedong is known as Mao Zedong in English. Names of Japanese or Chinese sportspeople generally follow the above conventions. For Japanese examples, see Ichiro Suzuki instead of Suzuki Ichiro, or Hidetoshi Nakata instead of Nakata Hidetoshi. As for Chinese sportspeople, Zhao Ming is Zhao Ming and Lu Xiang is Lu Xiang in the West. Names of Korean sportspeople may be rendered in East Asian or Western order in Western countries, apparently depending on the sport. For example, names of Korean footballers and athletes are usually left in East Asian order. Baseball players' names are usually changed to Western order. For example, Park Chan-ho is referred to in the West as Chan-ho Park. Golfers' names are also typically switched to Western order. The female golfer Pak Sheri is known in the West as Sheri Pak. Confusion can be avoided by noticing that in all the above cases, the words linked by a hyphen of the given name. Non-human personal names. Apart from the Linnean taxonomy, some humans give individual non-human animals and plants names, usually of endearment. Names of pets. Pet names often reflect the owner's view of the animal, and their expectations they have for the companion. It has been argued that giving names allows researchers to view the pets as ontologically different from unnamed laboratory animals with which they work. The name given to a pet may refer to its appearance or personality, or be chosen for endearment, or in honor of a favorite celebrity. Some pet owners give human names to the pets. This has been shown to reflect the owner having a human-like relationship with the pet. In some cultures, pets as sporting animals are sometimes given names similar to human names. Other cultures, such as the Chinese, give animals non-human names because it would be seen as offensive and disrespectful to the person of the same name. Dolphin names for each other. A study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences claims that humans are not the only animals that use personal names. Researchers from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, studying bottlenose dolphins in Sarasota Bay, Florida, found that the dolphins had names for each other. A dolphin chooses its name as an infant.